Guten Abend, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TOBI Tweaks. Today's topic, the Lawo MC2 digital mixing console. German company Lawo has a history of providing high quality broadcasting gear and always pushing the limits of technology with their latest systems. Starting from supplying German electronic music pioneer Stockhausen with technology in the 70s, Peter Lawo specialized early in the field of digital consoles and finally introduced the MC2 range of digital audio network system and consoles in the late 90s. The system we deal with in this series was originally installed at Bayerischer Rundfunk Franken. The original value of the system installed in 2000 and consisting of at least two more smaller consoles and another main switch with DSP. Original value of this system was angeblich 1.1 million D-Mark, meaning 5,500 euros after the Währungsunion in 2002. After decommissioning the console probably around 2010, the last entry of service history is in August 2010, so it went to a studio in Belgium where it was then sold off to a media school in Berlin, whose name I shall only mention when not in anger about the console, which I'm definitely not. And everyone was super helpful and nice, let alone the generous offer of having the console for free. So, if you're interested in studying media in Berlin, go check out Wave Academy. In Prenzlauer Berg they have top of the line equipment and are really nice people. I am however in no means sponsored by them, even though I got the console for free. No contact or marketing or anything was made. So I'm free to say, these are very nice. Now, they had this console configured and working. It looked amazing, it sounded amazing, but with Lawo officially abandoning support for the system as the original engineers who developed this system have been retired, there was no one to help when things went bad. And it seemed like things went super bad with the management server, leading them to take it out of the studio and store it. And that leads us to today. After 3 years of nobody showing interest in buying the system, the school decided they wanted to use the room that this console was stored in for lessons, and in a cry for help, for someone to pick it up, I came along. Now, what is this system? Starting with the things we know. There is interfaces for inputs and outputs, which you can see here. So these are the interfaces. Then there is DSP, which we have here, all of the computer and switches in the back. The DSP is located on a network switch that takes all the incoming and outgoing signals as well as control messages. Then finally, we have a control surface that is also handled by a computer running Windows NT. We have a power PC in the back that handles all the real-time calculations. And finally, we have a management server making permanent connections and handling the routing. This management server, also running on Windows NT 4, is not running, and the reason why I got this console for free. But first, let's see what we got. Hello and welcome to the sauna. I got all the parts that I picked up today stored here. This is where I will restore some of it, maybe most of it, maybe even all of it. I think it will look pretty nice in here, in this setting, making a little studio just for the testing. I don't know if I will get the mainframe, which you would classically call the console. The mainframe for the controller in here, as we barely got the stand in. And I'll show you the cost of it. I mean, the entrance is not suited. Definitely not suited for this kind of thing. And looking at it now, it makes me wonder how we even got into here. Yeah, maybe that explains it. Looks quite adventurous, but the summer is long. This building is super dry. Is actually better insulated than it looks. And it has the space, as this thing is going to be huge, and you can see it here. Definitely bigger than the ADT that I did. And this is digital. This is computer stuff from the late 90s. And these servers are the reason why I got this console, because they don't work. And I'll be having plenty of fun with my dad. Maybe I'll show him later in the series. He was a computer technician during that time, so he knows the stuff very well. And I'm happy to have him be by my side for a few questions. And this is going to be a fun one. Until now, it was a super cheap one. We see how it goes. They said it's mostly complete, and I believe them. They have copies of everything. They even have the software. So this one might be easier than I first thought. But knowing how it is, it will probably still take a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of head scratches. And then again, there is a lot of documentation, but nobody from official side to help me this time, as Lawo officially discontinued the support. Okay, welcome back to the sauna. I sorted all of the devices I had in boxes. There's the boxes. Now we have a little more space to work. As you can see here, I sorted the interface unit. There's quite a lot of them. In the back we have, that's all AES3. It's 9 units, 9 times 8, 72 ins and outs per AES to the system. Here we have a sync unit, then 2 GPIO units, and then monitoring units, which are, I assume, DA converters, but with controllability over the level. And there's also surround and stereo models, which is quite nice. I will build the monitoring around that. And then here in the front, the most important ins and outs. Now there's 11 per side. So I have 11 D to A converters and then 11 A to D. The A to Ds sadly are not the ones with like direct outs. I would love to have these because they have kind of a nice standalone functionality. But anyways, they are quite sought after because, and then the whole converters, there's some people that say these are amongst the best ones ever been built. And then that's because they all have transformer IO. So you have Lundal transformers on all of these. So the input units they have, and I think we're gonna open one up. The AD, they have the LL1527, which is quite sought after and quite expensive. And there's 8 in each of these units. So you will find these as kind of 4 parts units. So they say, even if you just use the transformers in these, I think it's like 400 or 500 euros worth. So I think these will be super, super nice. And then also, they also have a separate line-in transformer, which is, why not? I like it. And then these DDIAs have a transformer output, which is quite amazing, really. There's 11 units per side. I would love to have 12 because I know, and I'm pretty sure that it was 12. It had to be 12 at one point. Well, I have the monitoring, but still, knowing that the Lawo Madi stream does 48 audio and then the rest is control signals, that would be 6 and 6. Also, I should have 12. Right now I have 88 inputs and 88 outputs. 96 would be nice. But then who am I to complain? This console was free. So I'm very happy about that. Look at these towers of interfaces. Massive 88 ins, 88 outs on the analog side. Quite amazing, really. Very hyped about these. I have some of the cabling. The outputs of the interface units comes in these 37 pins, which will be quite fun to solder. I have the Madi, which is used for all kinds of communication. And then what I'm going to do next is, you see I have all the computers here. Now this beast is, as far as I know, the signal processing. I have to get into this. What I know is it is as well the ATM switch. You see, I will have to learn all of this. It's going to be quite fun, digital technology. But this one's dirty as hell. Now I have an air blower, like a compressor, but I do not have the oil and water filter. So I will need that to clean it, and I don't want to start the computer looking like this. See, where is it in the back? Yeah, they're building ventilation system in their aftermarket, and I do not have the controller. That is very sad. So this one, switch 0, yeah, this one we'll see later. But what I'm gonna do now is, because this one's dirty, but then I have the other computers, and one of these was already open. like you have these thumb screws and then you can slide it to the back. And in here it looks super clean actually. Very, very clean. I hope there's no component missing. We're gonna find about that. What's that, RAM cards? Computer technology. It is going to be fun because I know a thing or two about analog audio, but not so much about computers. I have my dad, so I can always ask questions. He used to build these. I, for now, as this is looking clean, I for now will connect it. You see, yeah, I have this, I have that. I will connect it, try to fire it up, and we see where we get from there. I think this is the management server, Windows NT. I am excited. Okay, so I was trying to boot the first management server already, and I get into what happened there later. But first, let me show you the second one. Also had batteries. Gross. I chipped it off for now. I see if I'll be able to start the computer just to see if there's a relevant CD inside. The first one did have like a configuration software on here, which is quite important. I will keep that. I will trash that. And then we see what's inside here. Okay, yeah, so this one is dead, and it's not hard to see why. As you can see, as I will show you later, there's a lot of stuff missing here. And then seeing the condition of this one and knowing that I have two, yeah, there's stuff missing here, the batteries, and then also the dust inside. The other one was quite clean, so somebody would have opened up the other one. Looks like this is the backups or the unit for parts. Oh no! Wait a second. Hello there. Oh yeah. I thought so. Now the second unit looks a bit better. It does not have the diskette installed, but I don't think we need it. It has the CD. It has a very neat battery compartment installed here with gaffer tape. Yes. And we have the SCSI drives. And then the interesting thing is, when I would first boot it up, it wouldn't recognize a drive. What I would do is I would just switch, because this was installed in slot 0, I switch it to slot 1, and then it started. I now have two hard drives here, the same. This one is not giving me an operation system yet. Or maybe it had me choose an operating system, and I chose maybe the wrong one. I chose the NT4, Windows NT, and then it said no operation system found. I could have chosen 2000 and 3.5. I don't know what difference that will make or why I would have to choose it at all. And I could choose all kinds of operation systems there, which is funky. And then I might install the second one there as well, and then see what I get. Stay tuned.